Clayton Kershaw kind of just gave him that edge tonight?
I don't know. Yeah, tonight, you know, I think I've said it before, maybe this year, but tonight was his best night for me. As far as stuff, start to finish, I thought the fastball, glove side, arm side, the curveball, the lateness of it was as good as I've seen it. The slider, you know, just the way he tunneled tonight, it was exceptional. And that's as good of a team as you're going to see first left. And the way he dominated those guys tonight was pretty impressive.
What kind of went into the decision to get him out of the seventh? He said he felt good to kind of keep going, but to go there with Phillips and Gates.
First off, Clayton's always going to say he's getting damn well, right? So I think that we can put this to bed about every fifth day when I decide to take Clayton Kershaw out of the game. The stuff started to tick down a little bit. The last few starts we've ridden him. There's a long way to go, and regardless of the outcome, it was the right decision. So I'm watching the game.
Talk about the bullpen runners in that 1 minute to Evan in the eighth. Who started tonight?
Evan, I just felt that potentially in that seventh inning, when it started to get a little stressful, there was a potential left-handed spot, and to have Evan potentially get Clayton out of the inning and to go 1+, I felt because Broussard, albeit only one pitch last night, was able to go 1+ tonight, so he was the best option, and knowing who they had at the top, I love Broussard.
I know we talked pregame about sort of how good Clayton sort of felt.
What's that?
I know we talked pregame about how good Clayton has sort of felt this year. The fact that he's probably going to end April game in the majors and he's pitched for this first section about how well he's kind of involved.
He's throwing the ball fantastic, feels good. Certainly speaks to his efficiency to go deeper in games. So yeah, when he's healthy and feeling good, he's as good as anybody.
How big was that for Austin? Kind of get a big knock there.
It was big. You know, he's obviously been scuffling and trying to be a servant to the pitchers and call games and be a, you know, servant to those guys, but he still wants some knocks. And so for him to hit some outfield grass, drive in a run tonight, got a walk tonight, I think it was big for him. Yeah. I mean, it was a big night for Austin, and Montgomery, you got to give him a lot of credit. He was really good tonight.
Obviously, still a lot of good in the homestand, but how important is it to kind of get these two coming out the trip?
It was good. It was really good. I think the fans being back home, it's been a good crowd. But you know, with all that said, you still got to get good pitching and some timely hitting. And today was all about Clayton, you know, and so to be able to now sweep the series, go for the jugular. I know Noah's got some vinegar in him, and we expect that. So we're going to need a good one out of him.
As you continue just to learn more and more about James Outman, I mean, how is it just seeing him make the adjustments after, you know, some of the struggles he's had in the last just maybe a few games, but to get those 2 hits to them?
Yeah, well, first off, it speaks to the head, the composure, but also our R&D guys, hitting guys detected something with his setup, and he started to get a little bit too closed off. And so for them to detect that, and then for him to make the adjustment, credit to him and credit to those guys. And today, obviously a tough lefty, but took some really good swings, got a couple knocks. So, but it was good to see him get a couple knocks, make a nice spot there in center field.
Dave, Clayton doesn't really have another gear velocity-wise, but is there something you've seen this past month? I mean, you guys are 35 years old. That has kicked in or clipped that's maybe different at all?
Well, I think that the thing about Clayton is, for me, outside of the preparation to compete, is his delivery is very consistent. And you know, it was 92 early, and then it was 90. But the command today was very good. So I think as far as kind of father time, he's just got great command. He acquires strike one as good as anybody in the game. He's got 2+ secondary pitches to work the front to back, east to west. So those are all components to be very good at, even regardless of the age.
The steals did with Frey and James Outman, were those just like opportunistic, or did you see something from them that you?
Opportunistic.
You didn't give Frey the green light?
Opportunistic.
You mentioned, going to Phillips first. Was the fact that Phillips warmed up in the seventh, does that just make it easier to go hit him first?
Yeah. I think if you look at the way we sort of do our bullpen, when those guys are hot and ripping, to then have them sit for another turn for their lane, I think there's a cost. And so to get them ripping hot, to get into the game, I think that, the short, the long term, it's beneficial for them. And their health, their arm care is important to us.
So it was really because of the potential leverage situation in the seventh that you wanted Phillips up, and then because he was warm.
That's right. That's right. And the thing is that now that you look at Evan, Brewstar, and Caleb, now you've got three guys that I feel very confident to finish a game. And even Shelby finished a game in Pittsburgh. So that's kind of how the math works for us.
And just going back to the thing you mentioned with Outman, was the way he was setting up affecting the mechanics of the swing, or was it affecting his
It was the swing, how we were seeing the baseball, all of that. So it's kind of a minor thing that you might not see with the eye, but it's a big thing when you're talking about millimeters of squaring up the baseball. Thanks, guys.